We'll meet the favorites of the race and find out what they think about their chances this Sunday. I'm your host, Teemu Virtanen, and as always, I'm asking the media reps joining us today to raise your hand in case you have any questions for our great athletes here. So let's get started with the CEO, Marcialonga, Davide Stoffie, and the race director of Ski Classics, Lucas Power. And Lucas Power, I think do we have Davide there on them and have Lucas Power there as well? I know that Lucas is actually on the road driving down to the beautiful Vltava valley, and we get him back there. I know you're sitting out there somewhere by on the road, I guess.
Yes,
But
I'm here.
yes, you there, and I know that you're running out of a battery pair. So let's get started with you. Is everything ready from your side, from the race directors
Yes,
side?
everything is ready, and we are looking forward to Marcialonga 2025, and I'm expecting a very interesting weekend.
Good. And you also have the maps there. Let's take a look at the course right away, and then Davide will talk to you after that. But let's go through the course, so then we can let you go if you on the road there.
Yes, now you can see a map, and if I will talk a little bit about the course, for sure Marcialonga start in Moena. Start will be at 8 o'clock morning for the men's and 8:05 for the women. And then athletes will go through beautiful Vltava Valley up to Kanazei, where they can expect first sprint. Then it's also the highest point of the course. Then they will turn back and they will go down towards to Predaccio, where just before the city center you can see jumping hills. They are prepared for next year for the Olympics. And in Predaccio, in 45th kilometer, they have another sprint. And also this is the finish line for the shortest Marcialonga course. Then they will go through Vltava Valley, also cross country Olympic Stadium down to Molina, what is the lowest point. And then famous Cascata Hill is waiting for athletes. And also the fastest man and fastest woman in Cascata Hill will be decorated like the winner of the climb competition of Marcialonga.
That is always exciting, the last climb. So, Davide, is everything ready there on your side? I mean, of course, Marcialonga is one of the most legendary races, but I know that you always have some struggles with the snow. But how does the course look right now?
Hello to all. Thank you so much. Yeah, everything looks good and well prepared. It's not already all fixed, let me say, because as you know, we cross a lot of villages, so the snow will just put it there in the last night. But yeah, all the track is ready. We can guarantee the 70K race. Situation about the snow, it's not so best as we would like. To be honest, outside of the track, there is not so much snow or not snow at all. But yeah, the winter was with not so many snowfalls, but it was cold enough to produce all the snow that we need. So yeah, we are ready to have a good weekend for all the skiers. We are set up all the last things, but yeah, everything looks in the right place.
And of course, the conditions. What's the weather forecast saying right now for Sunday?
So let me say it's too early to become crazy at the moment. It's not as best as we would like. We expect not so cold night, but even not so warm day. So that's probably good enough to have the good condition for all the, of course, ski classic athletes. But let me say, even to take care of all the 8,200 participants that we have at the start in our races in the weekends.
Good. And now questions for Davide or Lucas, or both of them, from the floor.
Yeah.
Anders Blomqvist, please go ahead.
Is it exactly the same course as last year?
We have really small changing along the track, not so important. So let me say it's the same course as last year. We have some changing along the track, but really nothing to be talking about.
And the sprints are at the same spots?
Yeah, sprint are exactly as the same spot as in the last, I don't know, 10 years more or less. So we will have in the city center of Canazei on the loop, on the highest part of the course, in the city center of Predazzo, in the same place, so just behind the church. And as Lucas say, we have the climbing point in La Cascata, of course. And yeah, a timing zone in the Soraga climb, but it's not for climb. It's just a timing point to have some numbers, some naming on the about the athlete that will be there.
Yeah, and the climbing in the Cascata, is it the first man up and first lady up that gets all the points, or is it the fastest time in the Cascata hill this year?
Let's Lucas say about that.
Okay, it's about the fastest time. So it's possible that not first man in the finish will have the fastest time. So then we have to wait and we'll calculate the fastest time of the man, and he will be winner of the climb, and the same for the woman.
Okay, a change from last year then for this one.
Yeah, it's a change from last year.
Yeah, and last question, is the course widened somewhere? Is it wider, or is it as narrow as it was the last year, all parts?
It's more or less the same as in the past. So no narrower, no bigger. It's more or less the same.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Anders Blomqvist. More questions for these two great gentlemen here? Well, I have one for you, Lucas, from the former athlete's perspective. This is a question been asked so many times, but once again, since we have Marcialonga's coming up, why is this race so popular among elite skiers? Why do you guys usually like this race so much?
I think it's, at least from my perspective, it's almost the same like for a recreational skier. It's about this great atmosphere around the Marcialonga course when you are going through many villages and many cities, and a lot of musicians are around and a lot of the cheers. And also the famous Cascata Hill. It's for sure something like a hell for athlete, but you really deserve when you are crossing the finish line and you are remembering long time after.
And
so
Davide,
I'm not surprised that the LOC 3 times already took the prize for the best even of ski classic season. So we will see how it will be this season. But what I saw, what they are prepared really well. So I'm very looking forward for Sunday when Marcialonga will be on the schedule.
Indeed, that is always something for all of us to look forward to. But Davide, before I let you guys go, the future, I mean, since you guys are already so established, so is there anything you can do different? Is there anything you can change or build upon?
This is the question of the year, of course. You know that we are working 1 year long for 1 day, more or less. From our side, it was important in the past and it is important. It will be important for the future. Of course, maintain the tradition, but be even innovative. So this is the balance. Of course, we can make some changes, or we will make some changes, but keep an eye on the past and keep an eye on the future. So that's the balance. So understand what could be better, but even understand what was the good things that we have made in the past. So that's the question of the day. But nothing really special about next year's events. We are already working. You know that it will be the Olympics game 10 days after the race. So as soon as I'm here, I just let all know that Marcialonga in 2026, we will have that on 25 of January, as in the past, so last weekend of January. There are some troubles, of course, with the Olympics being so close to us, but yeah, we are big enough to doing even that one.
Good. And Anders Blomqvist, I noticed that you still have an additional question. Please go ahead before we wrap up with these two guys.
Yes. Yes, it was a fast race last year. How many participants do you have this year? And is it an increase from last year, or how is the situation?
Yeah, we have a good increase of the numbers. We have really close to 7,000 participants registered in the race, in the main race, let me say. And yeah, we missed, of course, the Russian part that were in the past more than 500. So let me say we are really close to the common numbers that we are in the past, if we count even the Russian. We are really happy about the side events because they are more than 1,500 people that we involve in this type of races. We know that we have for the children race, the historical part that will be broadcast on Ski Classic TV as well. So we are really happy about that. About numbers, we have, of course, the big numbers of Italian one because there are more than 3,000 registered in the race. And of course, if you have a look at the number, the 5,000 that missed are coming from abroad, from more than 40 countries all over the world, 5 continents. So really, we will have the world in the Val di Fiemme and Val di Fassa next week.
Thank you.
And how many was it last year? Sorry, how many was it last year?
Last year they were 6,600 more or less. So we have 400 more participants than last year.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Anders. And thank you, Davide and Lucas. Good luck there. And Lucas, drive safely all the way down to Val di Fiemme. And good luck, Davide, with your race. It will go well as always.
Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. And we are moving on to the next, the first athlete in line. That would be Amund Riege, Team Ramudden. Hello, good to see you again. All good.
Nice to see you. Yes, I'm good.
Have you recovered from all the victory hoopla now?
I should say yes, but yeah, not exactly. I feel okay, but I've been struggling a little bit past few days. So yeah, not as good as I hoped, but I hope it will be good again to the race.
When you say struggling, do you mean because of the hoopla that happened, or did something else happen to you after the race?
No, I just been like, I was a little bit tired after the race, and been a little bit tired in my like respiratory tract. So yeah, not been training so much, but yeah, I hope it will be better when the race arrives.
What did it mean to you to win the race? Do you feel that now you're ready for more victories?
Yeah, absolutely. It was really means a lot, of course. It's a big and traditional race in the Ski Classic, so to win one of the big races was really cool.
Indeed. And then questions for Amund. Anders Blomqvist, your turn. Please go ahead.
Hello, Amund.
Hello.
Your struggle was that because it was a hard race for you last weekend in cold conditions, or is it you have some bacteria or virus?
I don't know actually. I thought it was that, but I was just tired with the cold and the altitude. But yeah, I don't really know yet. It might be some infection or something, so I just have to wait and see a little bit. But it's not dramatic. It's like I still have hopes for being good next week. So yeah, we'll see.
Can you move on skis, or are you just resting?
I've been out some days, but yeah, not today. I take a rest day today, and yeah, I was out on Monday and yesterday, just short sessions. But yeah, I just have to take it day by day.
Was it a good revenge for you being disqualified for taking skating streets and then winning a race with your skis perfectly parallel?
Yes and no. It was nice to win. It's like that's what I wanted, but I don't feel like yeah, it's always nice, and I just wanted to do good, and yeah, it's nice to show that I don't need to skate to go fast.
You really looked strong in Diagonela. Seemed like you had control all the way. Was that your feeling as well?
Yeah, or I felt like it was not like so high pace. Some parts I was struggling until the last part. It was some kind of control all the way, but it was so many skiers left, so I didn't have like the control of the positions, and that's like the most difficult part in the end. And I felt like I had a lot of energy left, so it was all about getting it out in the last few hundred meters where it's so tight.
And you were also ahead almost all of the race. You were in control in front of the group almost all the time. Is that right, or did you have some parts where you didn't use that?
Yeah, I tried at least in the narrow parts, in the climb up to Pontresina and in the end. But when in the wide parts towards La Punt and after, I was a little bit far behind because it's so many tracks. So then it was like not so much stress. But I tried to be up there when it's narrow, and yeah, it worked out good. But I was close to being like not in the like last 2K. I was in the front and then I was back and then I had to go around again. So it was a little bit nervous there, but I at least got a good position in the end.
Hope you get well, and thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Anders. And then Jakob Horn, your turn.
Hello, Amund. I just want to know a little bit more of how you look at the last, say, 500 meters from last weekend. It seems like a lot of things happened there. Some skiers that were in good positions fell back a lot. And how did you reason and how did you experience it?
Yeah, it's exactly. It was I don't know how many, it was 20, 25 skiers left. So it's like everyone wants to be top 5, but no one wants to be in the lead. So it's a little bit chaotic and people are coming from left and right, and you want to be a good position, but you don't want to use too much energy. So it's a little bit trade-off there. And I felt I had a good position for a long time, but then when we were going into the climb, I just fell back to maybe 10, 15th position. So then I was a little bit nervous, but I think it's for everyone that the last 500 meters you can't be too far behind because it's just 2 tracks left and then it's the finish. So you have to time it right.
You sure did. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jakob. And then Adela, your turn.
Hi, Amund.
Hi.
How do you feel in the yellow jersey? And are you more confident than before?
Yeah, it's really, really good to have the yellow jersey. That's a good sign of a good season, and it should give some confidence at least. So yeah, it's definitely a good feeling, and hopefully it will give me some extra energy next weekend.
Okay, good luck.
Thank you.
Thank you, Adela, and thank you, Amund. And let's hope that you will be completely recovered come Sunday and the race. And good luck there. Thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you much. Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye. And we are moving on to Alvar Myhlback from Lager 157 ski team.
Hello.
Hello. All good there. How are you doing?
I'm fine. Nice to be here in Engadin and still training here, waiting for driving to Vltava.
Okay, so you've been over there training in a high altitude. Are you happy with the result that you got 10th place, 6 seconds behind the? It was a bit of a chaotic, towards the end of the race last weekend.
Yeah, not totally satisfied with the results, but I think that the body and the shape is getting better and better, and was satisfied with how the body respond.
And what are you hoping to achieve this weekend? A podium, perhaps?
Yeah, podium and win also, of course. But and like hoping for that someone in the team wins. So we will see. But I've been on the podium before, so I think that it's possible. And Marcialonga is also a race that I like. So hopefully it will be good.
Indeed, that remains to be seen. But then questions for Alvar. Max Östlund, please go ahead.
Thank you. Hello, Alvar.
Hi.
During last year's Vasaloppet, you and Thorleif Syrstad did an incredible breakaway. Do you think there will be any breakaways on Sunday, and what type of race do you prefer?
I don't know. It's always hard to know how the race are going to be, but it looks like it's maybe going to be a bit slower conditions than it's been last 2 years. So maybe it's possible, but we will see. And I like races where it goes hard from the beginning.
Okay. My last question. Will you be doing any more Ski Classics races after Marcialonga?
Yes, hoping to do as much as possible. I think I will race every single race from now on.
Okay, nice to hear that. Thank you.
Thank you, Max. And then Anders Blomqvist, your turn.
Hey, Alvar.
Hey.
You were in a really good position in the end of Diagonela, but then you lost contact in the front. I understand it's a lot of changes all the time there, but what happened with you the last kilometer?
Yeah, I don't know. I felt that I had really good control the whole race and was in perfect positions every place I needed to be, and then just got too satisfied with like where I was, and then it came people all over, and then I got a bad position, so that was not perfect for the last 500 meters, but me and Emil managed to do a great finish, even though we were in bad position. So I think that the body's good, but we failed a bit on the positions, and it's a tricky finish here in La Diagonela.
I understand that with so much people also. You said that you want to do all the Ski Classic races coming on. Does that mean that you won't participate in the Junior World Championships?
I think so. I just know that the troop for Junior World Championships will be dropping tomorrow, and I haven't heard anything. So I guess it's I'm out there. So and then main mission are going to be Vasaloppet and also the other biggest Ski Classic races.
That sounds really hard to understand. What's your thoughts about that?
No, I can't understand it. I don't know what to say. I think I'm too bad in English to describe it in English.
I understand. We'll talk about that later. Thank you.
Thank you, Anders Blomqvist. And then moving on to Ingeborg. Shebe, your turn.
Yeah, hi, Alvar. Just a little bit along the same lines. You haven't heard anything about the Junior World Championship selections. How do you feel about that? How do you feel about not going there after taking home medals and golds last year?
Of course, it's annoying, and I really want to go there. So yeah, I try to not waste energy on thinking about that, and just try to focus on the things that I can do now. So I don't really know what to say. It just sad.
I totally understand that. How much do you feel like you have sacrificed on your Ski Classics focus on how much do you feel like your traditional skiing focus has sacrificed your opportunities in ski classics?
Of course, I don't think it's the best way to spend the whole summer try to get as best possible in the traditional, but still I'm doing a lot of double pulling training, and now the last 4 weeks it have just been double pulling, so I think it's from now on it's no problem, and I think will be able to perform well in Ski Classic as well.
Great. We're looking forward to it. Thank you.
Thank you, Ingeborg. And then Philip Gadd, you're next in line.
Hey, Alvar.
Hey.
Hey, talking a bit more about the Junior World Championships. How has the communication been with the Swedish team? For example, last weekend there was a so-called qualification race for the juniors in Sweden.
Yes. Yeah, it was, and I've been. I want to do my way, and I know that if I'm going to perform well in the Junior World Championship, that was not the best way. And I will never do anything that is bad for me as a skier. So that decision was pretty easy. But yeah, it also came with some consequences.
I know that English is not your first language. It's not mine first language as well. But could you try just to describe your feelings about the situation? I mean, last winter you had a fantastic Junior World Championship with 2 gold medals.
Yes. No, I think it's just hopeless, and I don't understand the whole situation. I think should be that should be not a discussion. So yeah, just annoying, and it takes a lot of energy from me.
Last question: does this, like, in some way change your trust to the Swedish team in one way, if you know what I mean?
Yeah, I think I think it's not fair, and they doing a decision that they also know that it's not good for me, and it's not good for them. So I think it's just totally dumb, or I don't know what to say.
Okay, thank you so much, Alvar.
Thank you, Philip. And even more questions for you, Alvar. Jakob Hort, your turn.
Alvar, I understand you are upset about this thing. It's really strange. But I just want to switch to you said you feel that your body is getting better and better, and your shape is getting better and better. How has the feeling been after La Diagonela?
The feeling is good, and as you said, don't try to that this with the Junior World Championships take the energy from me, and I'm also satisfied that I now can do a whole Ski Classic season, and I'm looking really forward to it. So I think the double pulling shape is getting better and better, and hopefully we will soon be able to reach a podium position.
Thanks.
Thank you. And even more questions from Oskar Svärd, Vasaloppet winner there. He has a question for you.
Hi, Alvar. Nice to see you in the long distance skiing. Which day are your team leaving from Engadin?
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you very much. All of those questions. Lots of questions for you, Alvar, but it's really good to hear that you are with us, at Ski Classics. And now, hey, you got a chance to win Marcialonga and other races too. Thank you very much for joining us and good luck
Thank
there.
you.
Moving on to another skier from Lager 157 ski team, Runar Skaug Mathisen, last year's winner.
Good evening.
Good evening, Runar. All good over there.
Yes.
Good. You were a little bit unlucky last weekend. Can you tell us about that? You broke your pole, correct? Or what really happened there?
Yeah, I didn't want to fight for the finish line. So you heard Alvar, he said that it was a really tight finish and I didn't want to participate in that. So the fight for the top 50 was much easier.
Indeed. Can you turn your camera on actually? Because we can't really see you.
My camera is on, I think.
Is it? Well, at least I don't see you there, but okay.
Now?
No, no, I don't see you. No, we don't see you. Are you sure that you have the camera on? We can hear you well. Now, well, something up. I only see a white screen. Interesting. We can hear you and see a white screen, but I don't see your face.
Now?
Your great, your great handsome face. No, we don't see you.
I'm sorry. I don't understand why. I can see myself now, so.
Aha. Okay, interesting. Okay, we'll move on.
I haven't shaven, so it's not that interesting.
All right. Marcialonga, of course, a special race for you since you won it last year. What are you hoping to achieve this year? I mean, it's anything. I mean, tactic-wise, everybody knows that you are now the favorite.
Well, after the last races, I'm not sure if I'm the favorite. But Lager 157 has won the Marcialonga on the men's side for 2 years now. So we are going for the hat trick.
Let's see if that happens. But then questions for you. I see that as Ingeborg, are you ready there for a question for Runar?
I wasn't planning on it, but I can do it.
Okay, then you probably didn't lower your hand because I see that it's still
That's
race.
fine, but I do have a question, so I can start if that's all right.
Yes, sure.
Runar, you talked a little bit. We talked in the spring about your training and how you had stopped doing any regular strength training. Have you done any? Have you done any this year? And what's your strategy been on the training side?
Well, it's not quite correct that I do no strength training, but I do not go to the gym. I train for often about once to twice a week, but only at home doing what would be more like old women's strength training.
Injury prevention.
Yes.
Right, but have you done any? Have you made any changes to your training coming into this season?
No, I've tried to do a lot of the things that I've noticed the last years that have been working for me. Training a lot now in the winter, and hopefully that will be shown in the results soon. I think the body is okay, so I'm hoping that the results will be better than top 50 coming on.
All right. Well, we're looking forward to that. Thank you.
Thank you, Ingeborg. And then Oscar Svärd, do you have a question or did you also forget to lower your hand?
I'm sorry, I forgot. I take it down.
Good. And then I think it's Max Östlund, your turn then.
Hello, Runar. You've started out the season on unfortunately for you, an all-time low. Could you elaborate a little bit more about the reason behind that, and what will you need to be able to bounce back on Sunday?
I'm not quite sure. In Toblach, I felt the last hour was really shitty, and I don't know why. But now in Diagonella, I broke both my poles and skied with one pole for about 10 kilometers. So that was not perfect for the result. I think I am better than number 43.
Yeah, we all know that for sure. I'm just a little bit more curious on your last victory. What did it mean to you in terms of self-confidence and faith in yourself, and how will you use those techniques on Sunday?
Well, it gave me that I know that when I'm at my best, I can win ski classics and also one of the biggest races in ski classics. So I just have to get a race suited for me, and then anything can happen.
Yeah, and last year it almost felt like Emil didn't really want to catch up with you and chase you all the way to the finish line. What does your team mean to you?
Yeah, I'm 100% aware of that. If I hadn't been in Lager 157, I would not have won the Marcialonga last year. I had amazing teammates. So, and I think everyone is prepared to race for the team this year as well. So we are going for a hat trick for Lager 157 in Marcialonga.
Yeah, great to hear. Thank you.
Thank you, Max. And Anders Blomqvist, your turn.
Hey, Runar.
Hello.
Coming into Bad Gastein early pre-season, you had some problems with your breast muscle. Does that affect you now, or are you without problems there?
No, that is actually no problem anymore. The last time I felt it was around Christmas time. So now I can do training as before.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Anders. And then Jakob Hård.
Hey, Runar, where do you feel that you are standing right now when we talk about your shape? You've had a lot of bad luck, but where is your own feeling? Where are you standing?
Well, my results on the double poling machine, the Skaug, has been as good as last year. And when I'm out training, I feel really strong. So I think I am better than what I have shown. But that is only talk, and now I have to deliver.
Okay. Have you had, or is it too early maybe, but have you had any discussions in the team? Who in your team do you feel has the best chance to win on Sunday, and who will you go for?
It's hard to say, but I think we have three good candidates with Emil, Oscar, and Alvar, who has shown really good shape these last races. So those three will probably be our main captains.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jakob, and thank you very much, Runar, for joining us, even if he didn't see you there. And good luck, and let's hope that you will raise the bar and reach the shape that you are, of course, looking for.
Thank you.
Thank you. And moving on, and we'll still stay with Lager 157 ski team. Emil Persson, welcome to our show.
Thank you. Do you hear me?
We can hear you, but again, we don't see you, much like we didn't see Runar.
I'm using my computer and I don't have a camera on it. So.
Okay, then we won't see you. But the hat trick, Runar kept talking about the hat trick, for you guys. Do you think that that's possible, that it'll happen? Are you guys ready for it?
Yeah, of course. I think we have good chances to complete the hat trick for the team. Yeah, and that's a really big goal now for the team. So looking forward to Sunday.
What about your own shape? I mean, it's still a little bit of a roller coaster for you, but do you feel that you are reaching the potential or the capacity that you are capable of having?
Yes, I think my shape is getting better. I think. I felt better in La Galera than I did in Draisina. So yeah, I think it's going the right way now. So.
Good to hear. And then questions for Emil Persson. Anders Blomqvist, your turn.
Hey, Emil.
Hi.
Same question to you as to Alvar. You seem to have a good position coming into the finish in Diagonela, but the last 1500 meters or something, you lost almost everything. What happened?
Yes, I had a good position when it was 2 kilometers left, and I just lost everything there to the underpass under the train. So with 1 kilometer left, I was too far back in the bunch, so it was very hard to get up, get some positions there before we entered the city there. So yeah, I can blame everything on myself to not have the right positions where it was really important to have it, because when we entered the city with the last 200-300 meters, I felt very strong, and I think I passed a few guys there. So yeah, I really disappointed on myself there.
You looked strong during the race, so it was a little bit surprising, but was no accident or something. It was just wrong decisions there.
Yeah, I did some very bad decisions, so I want to get the revenge now this weekend.
Yeah, how has your body reacted after the race? Are you still up in Engcon Valley in high altitude?
Yeah, we're still here. We're going down tomorrow, and I felt I had a chill day after the race. Then I had 2 really good training days now, so I responded well after the race. So I think we are in good positions now.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Anders Blomqvist. And we are moving on. Thank you very much, Emil, for joining us, and good luck. Good luck there. I think we still have one more
excuse
question.
me, sorry.
Yes.
Sorry. Is it possible
Philip?
to?
Yes,
sorry.
sure,
Is
you
it
can go
possible
ahead.
to just ask a question to Emil? Sorry.
Yes, sure.
Hey, Emil.
Hey.
Hey. So I seen a clip on Instagram. It was a couple of weeks ago when you changed skis during one of the races. It was two weeks ago, I think. Which has become quite viral when you changed skis in a quite high speed. Could you just tell for me as an amateur how hard it is to make a ski change like that?
Yeah, I think it's very hard. It's all about the timing. I have to kick off my own ski that was broken and stand on one leg and then put the foot down on the new ski, and to just put the foot right and in the binding, and then attach it to the foot. So it's a lot of things happen at the same time, and it's in the speed you have to have a really good balance. So yeah, I haven't practiced on just like on that part, but yeah, I put on my skis every day during the race, during the years, so quite good at it.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Philip, and thank you, Emil. Let's hope that you don't have to change skis during the race, and let's see if you guys can pull that hat trick there.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you very much. And then next, Amund Hoel from Team Engcon. All right. How are you doing?
I'm
For
doing good, thank you.
Marcialonga. Have you recovered from the great race this weekend and podium place there?
Yeah, I think I've recovered quite fine, so yeah, I'm good now.
And then, of course, the obvious question: what did it mean to you to be on the podium
Yeah, it was
Finally up there.
Yeah, thank you. It was a really good day for me and first real long distance podium, so really happy with that.
Will you be able to repeat that this weekend?
Yeah, hopefully I can be strong enough to fight for a new one.
Let's see if that happens. Questions for Amund Hoel. Adela, please go ahead.
Hi, Amund.
Hello.
You are having the best season you have ever had. Did you prepare for it differently than the previous season?
No, not actually. It's just my second season, so I've been doing pretty much the same training as I did till last year. So yeah, I think it's just one more year of training.
Okay, good.
And then, thank you, Adelaide. And then next, Jakob Hoel.
Hi, Amund. It was a little bit the same question, but could you say a little more about the steps you have taken since last year?
Yeah, well, it's I think it's just doing the same specific long double poling sessions and trying to increase the capacity on both the roller skis and running. And I think the VO2 max is a little bit better, and also the ability to stand the long races.
Are you surprised that it's going so well, or is it have you expected it?
Well, for sure, it was a goal to be up there, fight for top positions this year. So yeah, after Balgastan didn't really go so well. I'm the first two races now in January. So yeah, but I knew it was possible. We have a real strong training group with a lot of strong guys now, and we see that if you're strong on training camp, the level in ski classics is not that far away.
And how is it competing on about podium places side by side with your brother?
Can you repeat the question, please?
How is it to compete for podium places side by side with your brother?
Yeah, it's fun to challenge him. So yeah, I might have to try a little bit harder next time to finish above him. It's really fun.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jakob. And then Anders Blomqvist, your turn.
Hey, Amund.
Hey.
Connecting to that, is Johan faster than you now?
Oh, depends on what distance you're talking about.
I know, sorry. Can you please tell us a little bit about the last kilometer in Diagonela? It was quite chaotic. What was your opinion of what happened there?
Yeah, it was really chaotic, and I just have to try to keep your full pulse and stay out of trouble and don't get hit. And it was quite a dilemma between how much energy you should use to stay in front and how much energy you should save for the sprint. So I got, after we passed the train tracks, I got a little bit locked up on the last field. So I didn't have a super good position in the city, but I had really much energy left. So I had a really good sprint at the start of the city. And I got lucky with the gaps that opened.
Yeah, you really took a lot of places that last kilometer.
Yeah, I think I stayed pretty far behind in the bunch, and I felt I had the energy to just. I felt last climb there I had a lot of power to go with.
Yeah, and then you and your brother got warnings at the last. What's your opinion about that?
Well, if you see the race all in all, it's probably maybe that us two got warnings doesn't reflect the race that very good, but when you have the TV camera on us and the turning there is probably correct.
Okay. Last year, I think Marcialonga was your best result, final result, going for the sprints that year. Is that a race that you really like to perform in and that suits you, you think?
yeah, it's the coolest race of the year. So really looking forward to it. I think it's a race that suits me well and a lot of high speed. And yeah, last year I think it was probably an advantage to go for green here because you stay in the front of the pack all the time. So I had good position, almost all the time. So hopefully I can have some more energy in the final climb this year.
And going for sprints as well?
I'll just stay in the front.
Thank you.
Thank you, Anders Blomqvist, and thank you very much, Amund. Good luck there. For Marcialonga, it'll be a tough race and tough climb, of course, at the end. Good luck there, the race. And we are moving on to the next one. Next interviewee that we have here, Silje Slind from Team Aker Daehlie.
Hello.
Hello. Hello. Can we also see you?
Yeah.
Can you turn your camera on?
Uh,
All right. Now we can see you. So how have you recovered after all the victory hoopla? Or have you been over the moon all the way to this day?
I think victory celebration is the best recovery after a race.
Indeed, and seriously, what do you think that by winning a race like this, what do you think that it's doing for you in terms of the future? Do you think that it's like opened the lock maybe a little bit, and now you capable of winning more?
Of course, I hope so. You never know if it's going to be a lot of victories or if that was my only one. But I enjoyed the one very much, and of course, I hope it's the luck that's been open as well.
That remains to be seen. But then questions for Silje. Anders Blomqvist.
Hey, Silje.
Hi.
It was very well earned. I'm really glad for you. How was the race for you? You seem to have a decided mind all the way that this was your day. Was that your feeling as well, or how was the race for you?
My preparations before the race were pretty tough, so I was very uncertain when I started how my shape was going to be, and it was also day 3 in altitude, which is known to be pretty tough. So I was determined to try to stay with the leading group as long as I could, and I was always waiting for Emilie to make a big push, kind of. And then I had really good skis, and it was a better day than I expected. So when we came into the last hill, I was very determined to not do the same mistake as I did last year, and try to stay behind Emilie until I felt strong enough to go for a strong finish, and I succeeded with that. So I was very happy. But I didn't expect it during the race. I was expecting Emilie to win, so it was a big surprise for me to be crossing the finish line first.
Yeah, but on the last 5-10 Ks, you were very determined not to be pulling the field or pulling Emilie, but staying behind, and the attack was perfectly timed. Was that something you were thinking about before or during the race, or did it just happen?
I was, of course, thinking about. I think we switched doing the pulling until maybe the last 3K. But then I was determined not to let her get the easy way up the hill. And I've seen her doing the same with Astrid, so I thought that was a good way to go. And then I also knew where I had to attack because I attacked too late last year and didn't have a sprint at all against Kati. So this year I really wanted to make it count, and I learned from last year where I was supposed to do the attack, and I succeeded. So I was very happy with that.
Thank you.
Thank you, Anders. And then Adela, your turn.
Hi, Silje.
Hi.
I have a fun question for you. After you win a few ski classics races, will you want to nominate yourself for the World Cup as your sister?
Yeah, but of course I would want to do that. But I had to ski fast in the Norwegian Championships, which was on Wednesday, if I wanted to go to more World Cups. and it was too close to Toblach, I think, to ski faster. So I tried, but I didn't succeed, and now I'm all in for the ski classics in the future.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Thank you, Adela, and then Jakob Hård, your turn.
Hey, Silje, you already told us a little bit about it, but I think it's fascinating with how a race develops and at what we see from the pictures on the Ski-Doo that you communicate and you help each other at one point to get away from the rest. But at what point does that? How could you tell us a little bit about that communication and what happens at the point where you feel that now we are against each other and not helping each other?
Yeah, it's of course different from race to race, but in Val d'Agonela, you have a very easy stretch between Ponte Resina and before like the small hills are coming towards the end, and it's always a big. It's easier to come in a big group there because you have a lot more speed coming in a group. So to be able to keep the distance from the chasing group. It's better for all three of us to keep the pace up together and just try to not burn too much energy during that part of the race. And then when we came into the hills, it's more where like Emilie is very strong in uphills, and I know that. So to not burn out all my energy, I had to stay behind her coming into the steepest hills. Otherwise, I would have burned too much energy before coming into the hills, and then she would maybe have been able to get the gap for me. So part of my plan was to try to stay behind her before the uphills, and then try to just stay on her back skis, and then see what happened. And I was very happy with the results, of course. So and you also know. Coming into the last hill, then it's then the cooperation is over, because that's when the finish kind of starts in Val d'Agonela. So then it's just every skier for itself and try to be the first one up.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jakob, and thank you very much, Silje, and good luck there. And let's see if you can repeat the feat this coming Sunday or in any race this season. And good luck there. Thank you very much.
Thank you. I'll do my best. Bye.
And bye-bye. And we move from one team Aker Daehlie skier to another. Guro Jordheim, to have you here on our show. Hey, how are you doing and feeling right now?
I'm good. Thank you.
Good to hear that. Were you taken by a surprise after the weekend? You did really well, top 10 there, at La Diagonela and Gadin. Or it's something that you expected?
That's a good question. I think it wasn't a shock, but I'm really happy with the results, of course.
And do you think that you're ready for another one like that this Sunday?
Yeah.
That was pretty precise and snappy. Good. It's good that you're confident. Great. And moving on to the questions. Leandro Lutz, I think you have a question there.
Hey, Guro.
Hi.
Last Sunday you won La Sfida, our Challengers event. Are you planning to race any other Challengers this season?
I haven't been planning on it, but maybe I'll do.
Great.
Maybe some skate ones, because I like to skate.
Perfect. And now you are on 7th place in the sprint and 9th on the champion competitions. So what's your goal for the season?
I'm just gonna do my best and see where it takes me. I've already done so much better than I did last year. So I'm already satisfied. And I think I'm gonna be just getting better and better throughout the season.
Good. And do you have any specific races are you looking forward?
I'm really looking forward to this weekend. I think it's a course that fits me well, except the last K and 2. So that's going to be exciting.
Great. Thank you and good luck.
Thank you.
Thank you, Leandro. And then Anders Blomqvist, your turn.
Hey, Guro.
Hi.
You've been doing real good, both in traditional races home in Norway and also in the ski classics this year. Is there an explanation of that?
I have. I think I trained a little bit too hard last year, and also one season with ski classics makes you pretty strong. So a combination of those two, definitely. And our skis, we've been having great skis this season as well.
Have you changed your training into this season, or is it just one more season doing the races?
I have. I've done a small adjustment that's had a pretty big impact, I think, and that's just to ski my own pace. It's something obvious, but I kind of lost track last year.
Okay. Who is your trainer? Do you train yourself, or do you listen to someone?
I do. Chris is my trainer.
Okay.
And I would say also we talk a lot about training on the team with each other, which has helped a lot as well.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Anders Blomqvist. More questions for Guro from the floor? I actually have one because you mentioned skating, and that kind of piqued my interest. How much of a skating training do you do then? And if you still like skating, and do you plan to do more skating races then?
Oh, I love to skate. It's yeah, I'll try to do more skate, and I do definitely skate in training as well. It's a nice breakup with all the double pulling.
Do you do diagonal striding at all, or just skating and double pulling?
I do some diagonal, but not as much.
All right. Well, good luck. Good luck there, for Sunday. And then maybe you get to do some skating races in between the ski classic ones.
Yes.
All right. Good. Take care. Good luck.
Thank you.
Thank you. Moving on to a team Eksjöhus, Kati Roivas, the best Finnish skier on the Pro Tour. Good to have you here. It's been a while since we've seen you, Kati.
Yeah.
Good to see you too. And finally, it seems to me that you are getting close to the podium. Of course, this season hasn't been exactly what you hoped for. 7 podium places last season. You are the number 1 over here in Finland. Everybody knows you here. But now do you feel that you are finally climbing back to where you're supposed to be?
Yeah, last weekend was definitely better than the earlier races this season. And I felt pretty good, at least like towards the end of the race. So that's promising.
And what do you expect this Sunday? I mean, back to the podium. You were on the podium last year. And what do you need to do to be there?
The women's field is really strong. So I think I just need to be a little sharper in the beginning also, just to not lose the best girls there in the beginning.
Indeed, you got to be very careful there not to let them break away. Questions for Kati? Anders Blomqvist, go ahead.
Hey, Kati.
Hey.
Your finish in Diagonela was really impressive, being challenged by Stina Nilsson, but you really wiped her out from that finish. What was your feeling during that last K?
Thank you. I had so many scenarios in my mind in the last case. I was wondering what would be the best to do. Like, should I try to go hard like 1K before, or should I try a long sprint, or what should I do? But then I decided that I just trust that I'm strong enough at the end, and I was just waiting that she comes beside me, and then I just gave all I had.
Is there an explanation that the results this season is still good, but at least earlier than Diagonela, not as good as last year? Do you have any thoughts about that?
There's definitely many things to it. I'm still kind of like processing how my body has been working and everything. So yeah, but it's the sum of many things.
Can you mention any of those?
well, I think I need to like look into things more myself before I have any definitive answers. But yeah, but it seems like it's getting better now, so I hope it's going to be better and better.
Okay. Have you been in high altitude since Diagonela, or where have you been?
We came to Topla after, so we have been here since Diagonela.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Anders Blomqvist. More questions for Kati Roivas. Well, I have one for you, Kati, then. The guys earlier mentioned or were speculating on the conditions a little bit that it might be a little bit slower than normally. If that's the case, what kind of a race are you expecting to see, tactic-wise, and what kind of a race you hope to have for you?
Well, if it's slower, that's probably better for me. Then it will be interesting to see. I think quite many years we have seen girls, like we don't necessarily start that fast, but after the first sprint, it usually the speed picks up. So it will be interesting if that's the scenario or if it's going to go, like if you're going to go a little slower, a little longer. But I think like we will get some gaps at least when we get some of the hills. So yeah, we'll see.
And then what about the last hill? I know that you're a really good uphill skier, but of course, Cascada Hill is a bit of a special climb. But do you see that works in your favor?
I don't see any reason why it wouldn't. I think it suits me well, and I think it's just a matter of like having good energy there. If you're low in energy there, then it's not going to be good. But otherwise, I don't see any reason why it wouldn't be good.
All right, let's see how well you can do. I know that you are shooting for the podium for sure. You were fourth last weekend, so let's see if you can reach the podium again. Thank you very much, Kati, and good luck there.
Thank you
for the weekend.
Thanks.
Thank you, and we are moving on to Hanna Fine from XVI Vltava Fun Team. Hello, Hanna.
Hello.
Hello, good to see you there. You were the best Central European skier coming from France last weekend. How does that feel to be pretty close to the Scandinavians?
Yes, I'm really happy about my race at La Diagonela. It was the first time for me to ski more than 1 kilometer with the girl at the front, so it was nice, and my ski was really good. So nice.
Good to hear.
Nice race.
And what are you hoping to achieve this weekend on Sunday?
I don't know. It's my first Marcialonga, so I really don't know what to expect, but I'm feeling good. And I already seen the race on the TV, but in the real life, it's not the same. So it's hard for me to remember the track. And it's a really long race, and I haven't done many long races, so I will see.
Indeed, it is a great race, a beautiful atmosphere there. Then questions for Hanna. Leandro Lutz, please go ahead.
Hey, Hanna.
Hello.
You recently won Marathon de Bessans Classic now in January. Are you planning to do any other challengers like La Savoyard or La Tranjou?
Yes. In my plan, there is the Transjurassienne because it's like the biggest race in France, and we are starting to be a lot of French girls to double pool, so we almost have the same level, so it's nice to do French race with a French girl with the same level, because in ski classic the level is very high, so sometimes going for France and fight for the podium, it's nice.
Great. And now you are on 10th position on the pink youth bib and then 25 on the yellow champion. What's your main goal for the Pro Tour season?
I I don't plan to do all the ski classic this season because of the Marathon de Bessan and the Transjurassienne. So, and maybe not all the race at the end of the season. So I don't have goal for general, but only for races.
And do you have any specific races are you looking forward on the Pro Tour?
Last year, I did the Birke binary net, and it was my best result in ski classic before. So I like this race. So maybe in this race.
Great, thank you, and good luck for the season.
Thanks.
Thank you, Leandro. Adela, your turn.
Hi, Hanna. How do you like the Czech team where you are? And is the Czech character very different from the French one? How do you feel it?
Yes, I really like to be in my Czech team. Everyone are really nice, and the ski are really good, so it's nice. I still train in summer with my old team in France, and but the Czech people are really nice, not so different as French people. Maybe just for the food, but Thomas Bing he cook every time, and it's really good. So it's nice. It's German food, but it's nice.
Great! It sounds great. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Adela. Anders Blomqvist, your turn. Please go ahead.
Hey, Hanna.
Hello.
Can you tell us a little bit about yourself? Where do you live? Who is your trainer? And if there's something else that would interest the Swedish TV viewers?
Yes. I live in Autran in France, near Grenoble, maybe in the Prealps. I was for 5 years in the team Vercors Isère, but they don't take the ski classic license this year. So at the end of the last season, I asked to other team to join another team, and at System Vltava Fund said yes to me. So that's why I changed. I have kept my coach of my old team, Rémi Salacrou, and like I said, I still train with my old team in the summer, and I don't speak English very well. And
yes. Yes, you do. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Anders Blomqvist, and thank you, Hanna. Good luck there. Let's hope that you keep the. Oh, there's one more question before I let you go. Jakob Hoel, please go ahead.
Hello, I wonder how much time have you spent with the team? Have you been to many training camps, and how does that side of it look?
Hello. I did 2 training camps, one in Mallorca and one in Davos with the team. And after only the ski classic races, because I was sick for the lipnolopet, so I didn't go. And yeah. And for me, it's nice because Fabian speaks French, Fabian Stoschek, so it's easier for me to understand the thing.
That sounds good. Thank you.
Thank you, Jakob. And so now, thank you very much, and great to have you here on our program. And good luck there, for the weekend and for the season, and maybe for the Birken as well, if you happen to do that again. Good luck.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye bye. And moving on to the last one, our roster today, Emilie Fleten, the reigning champion from Team Ramudden. Good to have you again. Good to see you there. How are you doing right now? Ready for Marcialonga, of course.
Yeah, I'm doing good. Looking forward to Sunday. It's going to be cool, as always, to race Marcialonga.
Indeed, it will. But you look pretty happy after the race, even if you didn't win. But what was going through your mind and to be beaten by Silje?
Yeah, I think the race, I was happy with that my body felt okay after a really tough weekend, and it was fun to be up there again and push hard. I felt that I could push my body hard, but I didn't have the power left in my arms for the last K. So, but overall, I was just happy to be to feel okay and to be the one setting a high pace and yeah, go all in.
And do you feel that you're ready for Sunday now? That you feel that you have power in your hands?
Yeah, I hope so. I was of course a little bit tired after the race on Saturday, but I feel okay. Feel good and motivated for the upcoming race.
Indeed, and then questions for Emilie. Anders Blomqvist, go ahead.
Hey, Emilie.
Hello.
How was your thoughts during Diagonela? What was your tactic plans and what did you feel going through the race?
Yeah, of course it was kind of bad for me that the course was a little bit shorter. It wasn't that tough. We only had like one uphill in the start, and then we know there's a lot of flats and some uphills in the end, but I was trying to do the best out of the race and push really hard in the first uphill, and got accompanied by Silje and Anniken, and we worked really good together down the valley. And in the end, it was just Silje that was stronger. But at the same time, of course, I always want to win. And it's been a little bit frustrating that I have been feeling really good before, for example, Toblach, but didn't succeed there. So I tried to just set my mindset on trying to push hard, and we'll see how the body feel. But overall it was good. I felt that of course I could push really hard, and it felt good in the altitude. But you always you wish for more. Of course I want to win, but I was happy last weekend.
You were in a tricky situation maybe at last 5Ks. Anniken has dropped out but wasn't so far behind, and Silje suddenly stopped taking her turns. What did you think in that situation?
I think it's fair, because I think if you look back on all races, I should be the strongest uphill in the end, and I think Silje knows that, and she doesn't want to play out her cards, and I don't want to want Anniken to be able to sprint. Then I think I would be third. So it was fair. I think I need to push really hard for a long time. That is my strength, and Silje knows that she's faster than me. So that it ends up like this when I don't have the sprint, but I'm strong. So it was fair.
Okay, you was talking about it, that your body felt good, and you have been feeling good after the race. That thing that happened in Toblach, do you think that was just a thing that can happen sometimes, and now you're more like you used to be going into Marcialonga?
Hard to tell. I felt really good for a long time now. It's strange because before Badgastein I didn't feel that good, but then I was good, and maybe not being that good as I used to be. But at the same time, if you look back in time, the same time last year I was in the same position. I didn't win anything in January before Marcialonga, and it was really good from Marcialonga and out. So I try not to stress and just focus on each race. Hopefully I will be good, but you never know. Toblach felt like a step back, but I think my body is good, so it should be good on Sunday.
Okay, that sounds good. Thank you.
Thank you, Anders. And then Max Östlund, your turn.
Hello, Emilie. I want to continue a little bit where Anders left. Silje did a great race during the La Diagonela, and of course very experienced now with winning in Ski Classics. And as you said earlier, I want to continue a little bit on the Anniken question there. Who do you see as your biggest competitor in Marcialonga?
Of course, Anniken, and now, of course, Silje. She's been really good the last weekends. I think also Jenny Larsson, she was up there last year. But I think for sure that Anniken is the biggest, is the hardest to beat. But Silje and I think Jenny. I don't know with Stina if she's going to do the race. Seems like she's troubling a little bit with illness. So yeah, I would say Anniken, Silje, and Jenny.
Okay, and of course your team is a really strong one on the ladies' side. Have you been talking about any team tactics, or do you have like an own tactic for yourself?
Of course, we talk a little bit tactics before the race. With the whole team and the girls, so we talk to each other and try to, if we see that it might be some tactics we can do, we try to have that as a plan. But I also think it's really important to don't be so focused on tactics. It's often plays itself, like when the race starts, it goes so hard. And yeah, in the women's side, we're like not that many girls in each team, so it's not that so much tactics that it is on the men's side.
Mm-hmm. Thank you.
Thank you, Max. And then Ingeborg, your turn.
Yeah, I was just wondering a little bit more about your the heart issues that you had, or what you felt, and how did it feel, and was it scary? Had you had anything like that before?
Yeah, I had it sometimes before, but now it's some years ago, and I think I learned what to do and not to do. For me, like caffeine is a really trigger for me, and before the start in Toblach, I missed and got some more caffeine that I should have. So I think my body was just working really hard. But for me, I was like, I felt that I have been pushing really hard at, okay, now this is, I need to slow down. So it was not a scary moment at all for me. I think for me, I looked more upset in the interviews after, because I felt like I lost the race and was never in the game. But I was dropped before I got that problem. So no, it was not scary at all. I feel like I have control on it, and it's many years since it happens now. And I tested my heart, and it's nothing I think about now.
Mm-hmm. I know that Ingrid Thundervold and Hedda Asper Amundsen were the last, some of the later other athletes who have experienced this. Do you know if it's really common? Do you know a lot of people who have the same problems?
I don't know a lot of people that have it, but I know some. So I think it's not really uncommon to have it. But it's not like a lot of people having it, but I know for sure some, so it's not so strange either.
So there's nothing that you like, when you didn't have to worry about this anymore. You're not worrying about it day to day. It's just, it happened then and that's it.
Yeah, it just happens sometimes, and I don't worry about it at all. I don't think about it. So for me, it was almost like I forgot it when I like finished in Toblach. So I think I just, when they asked me about it, it was like a spontaneous answer. It was nothing dramatic for me at all. So yeah.
I see. How much do you think you lost time-wise?
Oh, I think my race was lost before that. I was dropped, as I said, I was dropped before that, and that didn't. It wasn't that caused the race for, to be honest. So I
was just wondering how long it took from when you had to stop to when you could start going again.
Yeah, like not that long at all. I don't know. I don't know. I have no clue, but it doesn't matter. It wasn't dramatic. It wasn't dramatic at all. So yeah.
Okay, good. Thanks.
Thank you, Ingeborg, and thank you, Emilie. Let's hope that no drama on Sunday's race, and good luck there, and good luck for the season, of course. You
Thank
are
you so much.
still the reigning champion.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. And thank you, everyone, joining us today. Thank you, all the media reps. Let's get ready for Sunday. And also want to remind you that Sunday, of course, will be a tough and great race as always. But we have more action this week. It'll be an action-packed weekend. We have Marcialonga's story on Friday on the SC Play. And also the bib handout on Saturday. And then on Sunday, the Marcialonga race. I will commentate that race together with Oskar Svärd. So join us then. Have a good week. Stay healthy and enjoy life. See you this weekend. Bye-bye.